My hands don't even shake as I carefully draw as many teeny tiny asses as I can on Fahim Saha's ridiculously expensive trousers. The communal changing room reeks of sweat and boys, and even though it makes me want to throw up in my mouth, I don't, because I'm on a mission. I am nothing if not an organised queen on a schedule. For weeks now, I've been thinking of ways to get back at Fahim for what he did to Mona, because just telling him off in front of the school wasn't going to cut it. No. Everyone already knows he's an ass, but to actually see it, to force him to walk around sixth form for the rest of the day with cutouts of asses on his trousers, shirt and blazer, that's something else. Subtlety was never my strong suit. When I finish drawing the outlines, I rifle through my bag for the scissors I nicked from Mrs. Henley's desk and start cutting through the fabric. Despite their age and the amount of glue crusted on them, the scissors slice through the fabric with ease. Where most students at our sixth form wear polyester, Fahim wears rich linen, making this even more satisfying. Usually I would complain about his excessive display of wealth, but in this case it's worked in my favour because it's made it 1,000 times easier to locate his stuff. As I cut around the outlines I've made, bits of fabric fall to the floor. And I feel bad about the mess I'm leaving for the cleaners because I probably won't have time to clear it all up. But convince myself that it's all for a good reason. Because it is. Let me explain. It all began at the beginning of summer break, when Mona, my best friend, attended a dawat where Fahim Saha, the head boy at sixth form, who is notorious for leaving a string of broken-hearted girls behind him, was also present. Personally, I've never understood why girls fawn over him. At some point or another, most of my friends, and even my older cousin Anika, have had a crush on him. But me? No thank you. Mona, however, does see the appeal. Has ever since she locked eyes with him at Boila Boishak a few years ago. So, although the dawats shouldn't have been anything out of the ordinary, since they're pretty much a staple of your weekend if you're desi, it was. This was for two reasons. A, it was hosted by Fahim's cousin's brother-in-law, which meant that Fahim was in attendance, and B, the host must have miscalculated the ratio of adults to teenagers to children, because there was pretty much a quarter of a teenager to every toddler and set of parents there. All this to say that they were the only two teens, and when you're at a dawat with nobody you know to hang out with, you gravitate to the person closest to your own age. So, after 3 hours of making awkward small talk, when the Fahim Saha, the guy Mona had been crushing on for the past 2 years, suggested they go for a walk, she was up and leading the way before he'd even finished asking. And on that walk, his lips fall onto hers. According to Mona, the kiss was out of this world. The kind of kiss you read about in those tacky, tattered romance novels where the guy catches the girl mid-sentence, right before she's about to say something stupid, but the guy can't wait any longer to show her how he feels. You don't get it, she told me afterwards, the infatuation in her voice as clear as day as it burst through my phone speaker. It's meant to be. Out of all the dawats, what are the chances that we would be at the same one? Pretty high, actually, I'd pointed out. There's not a lot of South Asians in Bristol, and you do go to the same school, so it's not like you haven't been at dawats together before. Statistically, it was bound to happen again. Saachi, we're not in court right now. Maybe we should be. I turned the page of the book in front of me, far more interested in trials that changed the course of the law than Fahim Saha. I'm doing pretty well at annihilating your arguments right now, and it's a pity nobody else is here to witness it. She'd tutted in dismissal. But what about us being the only teenagers there? It's like practically impossible, you know. And although I could disagree with her at length about the many reasons why they were the only teenagers there, I didn't burst her bubble. Mona always has and always will be a die-hard romantic. Not that I can relate. I swore off romance a long time ago. Maybe something to do with my mum abandoning me, my brother and my dad, despite spending the first 8 years of my life promising me she'd always be by my side.